Hello guys, I am Subhash, a third year BTech student, concurrently preparing for UPSC CSE. I have recently launched a YouTube channel dedicated to UPSC CSE, where I will be sharing videos related to my preparation, knowledge on polity, geography, economy, history, environment, and analysis of monthly magazines like Yojana, Kurukshetra, etc. on the basis of or in the perspective of UPSC CSE. My content is designed to assist the students from class 6 to graduation and aspirants preparing for competitive exams, providing valuable insights to help achieve excellence in various subjects and quizzes. I am committed to creating informative and engaging content to support your academic journey. Today, we are going to discuss about 5th chapter of Geography textbook class 6th, The Earth, Our Habitat. Major domains of the Earth. As we read in the first chapter, Earth is the only planet which has life. Human beings can live here because the life sustaining elements of land, water and air are present on the Earth. Surface of the Earth is a complex zone in which three main components of environment meet, overlap and interact. They are lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere. First, lithosphere. Solid portion of the earth on which we live is called lithosphere. The solid portion on which we are living on the earth is called as lithosphere. And gases, the layers of gases that surround the earth is called atmosphere, where these gases contains oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide and other gases. While coming to the hydrosphere, whereas water covers a very big area of earth's surface and this area is called hydrosphere. The hydrosphere comprises water in all its forms, that is ice, water and water vapor. And biosphere. Biosphere is nothing but narrow zone where we find land, water, air together which contains all forms of life. First of all, lithosphere. As we discussed earlier, solid portion of the earth which we are living is called lithosphere. It comprises the rocks of earth's crust and the thin layers of soil that contain nutrient elements which sustain organisms. He is called as lithosphere. There are two main divisions of the Earth's surface. The large land masses are known as continents and huge water bodies are called as ocean basins. There are two main divisions on Earth's surface. There are continents and ocean basins. Land masses, large land masses are called as continents and huge water bodies are called as ocean basins. All oceans of the world are interconnected with one another. The level of seawater remains the same everywhere. Elevation of the land is measured from the level of the sea, which is taken as 0. The highest mountain peak, Mount Everest, is 8,848 meters above the sea level. The greatest depth of 11,022 meters is recorded at Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean. Can you imagine that the depth of a sea in much more than the highest point? While coming to the continents, there are 7 major continents. They are separated by the large water bodies. They are Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Australia and Antarctica. We can look at the map of the world and we can notice the greater part of the land masses lies in the northern hemisphere. First, Asia. Asia is the largest continent. It covers about 1/3 of the total land area of the earth. And this continent, Asia, lies in the eastern hemisphere. Tropic of Cancer passes through this continent. Asia is separated from Europe by Ural Mountains on the west. Combined land masses of Europe and Asia is called Eurasia. And while coming to the second continent, Europe is much smaller than the Asia. It lies to the west of Asia. Arctic Circle passes through it. It is bounded by or surrounded by water bodies on 3 sides. Africa. is the second largest continent after Asia. The imaginary line equator or 0 degrees latitude runs almost through the middle of the continent. The continent Africa lies in the northern hemisphere. Only continent. Africa is the only continent through which the Tropic of Cancer, the equator and the Tropic of Capricorn passes. And the world's largest hot desert, Sahara Desert, is located in Africa. The continent is bounded on all sides by oceans and seas. And Africa has the world's longest river, the Nile. And we notice where the equator, Tropic of Cancer, and the Tropic of Capricorn pass in the map of Africa. North America is the third largest continent of the world. It is linked to South America by a narrow strip of land called the Isthmus of Panama. Isthmus of Panama is a narrow strip of land which is linked North America to the South America. South America lies mostly in the southern hemisphere, which two oceans surround it on the east and west. South America has the world's largest river, the Amazon. While coming to the Australia, Australia is the smallest continent that lies entirely in the southern hemisphere. It is surrounded on the sides by oceans and seas. It is called an island continent. Antarctica. It is completely in the southern hemisphere and is a huge continent. South Pole lies almost at the center of this continent, as it is located in the South Polar region. There is no permanent human settlement. Many countries have research stations in Antarctica. India also have research stations there. They are named as Maitri and Bharati. Hydrosphere. The Earth is called the blue planet. More than 71% of the Earth is covered with water and 29% is with land. Hydrosphere consists of water in all of its forms. Rivers, oceans, lakes, ice in glaciers, underground water, water vapor in atmosphere all comprise the hydrosphere. More than 90% of the Earth's water is found in the oceans and is too salty for human use. Water is in the form of ice sheets and glaciers or under the ground, and a very small percentage is available as fresh air for human. Here we are seeing as oceans contains 97.5% and freshwater only 2.5%. Oceans. Oceans are the major part of the hydrosphere. They are all interconnected with each other. The three chief movements of ocean waters are the waves, tides, and the ocean currents. And the five major oceans are Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean. These are in the order of their size. Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean. It spread over one-third of the Earth. Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the Earth, lies in the Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean is almost circular in shape. Asia, Australia, North and South America surrounded by it. The Atlantic Ocean is the second largest ocean in the world. It is S-shaped. It is frankled by the North and South Americas on the western side. Here we can see it in the map. The coastline of Atlantic Ocean is highly indented. Irregular and indented coastline provides ideal location for natural harbors and ports. Indian Ocean is the only ocean named after the country, that is India. The shape of the ocean is almost triangular. In the north, it is bounded by Asia. In the west, by Africa, and the east by Australia. Indian Ocean is the only ocean named after a country, that is India. The shape of the ocean is triangle. In the north, Asia is bounded. In the west, it is Africa, while coming to the east, it is by Australia. The Southern Ocean encircles the continent of Antarctica and extends northward to 60 degrees south latitude. Arctic Ocean is located within the Arctic Circle and surrounded the North Pole. It is connected with the Pacific Ocean by a narrow trench of shallow water known as Bering Strait. Bering Strait is a narrow stretch of shallow water which is connected with the Pacific Ocean. It is bound by northern coast of the North America and Eurasia. Atmosphere. Earth is surrounded by the layer of gases called atmosphere, which we discussed in the earlier of this chapter. This is the thin blanket of air is an integral and important aspect of the planet. It provides us the air we breathe, protect us from the harmful effects of sun rays. Atmosphere extends up to the height of about 1600 kilometers. Atmosphere is divided into 5 layers based on composition, temperature and other properties. They are troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. Atmosphere is composed mainly on nitrogen and oxygen, which make up to 99% of clean dry air. Nitrogen contains 78% and 20% of oxygen, and the other gases like carbon dioxide, argon, and other comprises 1% by the volume. Oxygen is the which we breathe of life, while nitrogen helps in the growing of living organisms. Carbon dioxide, though present in a minute amount, it absorbs heat radiated by the earth, thereby keeping the planet warm. It is also essential for the growth of the plants. The density of the atmosphere varies with height. It is maximum at the sea level and decreases rapidly as we goes up. As we know, the climbers experience problems in breathing due to the decrease in density of the air. As we know that the experience of the climbers, they face the problems in breathing due to this decrease in the density of the air. They have to carry with them oxygen cylinders to be able to breathe at the higher altitudes. While the climbers experiencing these problems in breathing, so they have to carry the oxygen cylinders to be able to breathe at the higher altitudes. Temperature also decreases as we go upwards. The atmosphere exerts pressure on the earth. This varies from place to place. Some areas experience high pressure and some areas experience low pressure. It will experience and it will decrease as we goes upwards is temperature. And air moves from high pressure to low pressure. Moving air is known as wind. Biosphere, the domain of life. Biosphere is the narrow zone of contact between land, air, and water. It is in the zone of that life that is unique to this planet exists. And there are various and different species of organisms that vary in size from microbes and bacteria to huge mammals. They are all living organisms, including humans, and linked to each other and to the biosphere for survival. These organisms in the biosphere may broadly divided into planet kingdom and the animal kingdom. The three domains of the earth interact with each other and affect each other in some other way. For example, cutting of forests for fulfilling of the needs of wood or clearing land for agriculture may lead to fast removal of soil from slopes. Here is the live example, practical example given by this series. Cutting of forests for fulfilling of our needs of wood and clearing the land for agriculture, it leads to the fast removal of soil from the slopes. Similarly, Earth's surface may be changed due to natural calamities like earthquakes. For example, submergence of land. It has happened in the case of tsunami recently. Parts of Andaman and Nicobar Islands were submerged underwater. Discharge of water materials into the lakes and rivers makes the water unsuitable for human use. They are contaminated due to the discharge of water materials into the lakes and rivers water bodies. It damages other forms of life also. And some examples: emissions from the industries, thermal power plants, and vehicles pollute the air. Carbon dioxide, CO2 is an important constituent of air, but increase in the amount of CO2 leads to the increase in global temperatures. That means these emissions of waste from industries, thermal power plants, and vehicles pollute the air. This air is carbon dioxide. While carbon dioxide is the important constituent of the air, but there are some disadvantages of this over over containment of carbon dioxide. That is, increasing in the amount of CO2 leads to the increase in global temperatures. Thus, a need to limit the use of resources of the earth to maintain the balance of nature between the domains of lithosphere, atmosphere, and hydrosphere. I hope you understand this subject and this chapter. Before we ending up this session, we'll see what are the videos in our YouTube channel. At present, there are three levels every aspirant should follow: Yojana series, Yojana magazine analysis, complete in detailed book list for beginners in both English and Telugu, and most importantly, recently I have started NCRT series on subject geography. Check it out. Thank you for joining me on this endeavor. Refer my channel to your family, friends, family members, schoolmates, and classmates. Thank you.